This is Lee with 82 Gammon 12, and this is going to be the second video covering the day was ours. American Civil War, Volume 6. And this is part of the Blind Sword system. The first Battle of Bull Run, July the 21st, 1861. And here we have the designer of this volume, Matt Ward, developer, Daniel Roulet, Roger Miller. Art, we've got Rick Barber, Charles Keebler, Mark Mahaffey, and rules and charts, Richard Handwith. And this is a Revolution Games game. And the series was developed by Herman Blitman. So, and you want to know more information about Revolution Games, we've got the information right there for you. So, I've picked up several of their games. I had the original game in the series, Stonewall Sword, and I had it, and I know I played it a few times, and I don't know, I guess I was interested in something else at the time. I don't remember what it was, but I didn't keep the game. I ended up reselling it, probably on eBay. Sell a lot of games on eBay. Sometimes I'll go to stores and pick up used copies of games, then just turn around and resell them. But I remember I was intrigued with the system because it was things were done a little different in many areas. We'll talk about those as we play the game in other board games. But I think what probably drew me to the game, one thing was, of course, it's Stonewall Jackson, Thomas J. Jackson's one of his encounters during the Civil War, Cedar Mountain. And I have a fondness for Stonewall Jackson. I read many books. My favorite book over Stonewall Jackson was is Rebel Yell. I've got a copy somewhere. I'll have to look for it. But I want to plug that book for one thing. But also, I want to talk about, of course, William C. Davis has this book showing the history of the first major campaign, Battle of Bull Run. Doubleday publisher, came out in '77, part of a book club. This was the book club version. The jacket, as you can see, is kind of scruffed up, but I bought it used. So, and I've been reading it. And I guess I wanted to see something about the stone wall. Let's see if it should have some. Let's see if that's couldn't find that in here. See if it, yeah, the stone wall, stone bridge. Says 155. I wanted to see what I could find out here about. I know in the game it talks about how the Federals thought that the bridge might have been set up for demolition. They were going to blow it up, possibly. But McDowell's strategy, he had already attempted to cross Bull Run down at Blackford's Blackburn's Ford, not Blackford, but Blackburn's Ford. Here's actually a picture. Hope the copyright don't get blasted for that. But that's a picture of the stone bridge over the Bull Run at the Warrington Road. But on the 18th, Tyler's division had been sent down to try to cross Bull Run at Blackburn's Ford and ran into Longstreet. And I guess early, was it early? And kind of got involved in a scrap down there, but wasn't able to get across. And so he was pushed back, and so McDowell decided he would try to cause a diversion at the Stone Bridge here on the Warrington Pike, which is here where Evans is at, right here, and with Schenck, and I guess Sherman was supposed to support him maybe, and then Hunter and Heintzelman, they were to march around, I'll pull back, around, and this is way out here, okay, all the way around out here, and then come in over here at Sudley's Ford, the Sudley Road, excuse me. And try to outflank the Confederates. Okay, some of these other fords weren't known, so we've got Poplar Ford here, and of course we've got the Farm Ford, which are going to be discovered later on. And another thing was that these troops, Tyler's brigade or division, he got two. He's got Schenck and Sherman. His division was delayed. They took their time, I guess, coming up the Warrington Pike, which delayed Hunter and Heintzelman's divisions in marching around to get to the left flank of the Confederates, to outflank them and make them pull back from Bull Run. So the battle didn't start as early as McDowell had wanted. One of the reasons or difficulties they had was the lack of cavalry units. Wasn't able to do a lot of scouting ahead and things of that nature to discover the fords and also where the trails were going, and you know, these roads and stuff they were going through. If you've ever been to Virginia, West Virginia, along the East Coast there, but you know, close to well, just I guess it'd be on the east side of the Appalachians, but all in there, you've got a lot of. It's not flat. It's not flat. Like you know, I live in Texas, you know, so you know, I see a lot. You know, I see a lot of flat land. I don't see a lot of undulations, and you know, we do have some, but not near what you have along the on the east side of the Appalachians. So these roads were windy, so it took a long time for Heintzelman and Hunter's. Well, I guess is Hunter going to be represented here? Yeah, Hunter right there. Burnside and Porter's brigades are part of Hunter's division. So that's what we're looking at here. So we've got Evans, who's who's really outnumbered, but going back to the Stone Bridge, McDowell just wanted a demonstration. And it could possibly, you know, I know the information says that they thought that the Stone Bridge could be blown up by the Confederates. They had placed explosives. I haven't come across it in this book by Davis. But I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying I'm still looking for the verification on that. Excuse me. So, just some interesting facts I'll try to throw out there occasionally. We've got some about the weapons used, the rifles, muskets used by both sides and so forth. But let's go, before we get going too far here, let's talk about our sponsors. We can't leave them out. Very important. So we've got Crosman. Okay. So Crosman, they produce pellet guns, pellets, and of course air rifles, precision air rifles. I like to plink around with a air rifle. So I've actually got a can here of some pellets. And you can find out more information about the fine products from Crosman at crosman.com. And this is a cheap, inexpensive way to, you know, if you just like to do a little planking or you know, you can even hunt with these, of course, hunt squirrels, rabbits, so forth. So check them out, crosman.com. And the other sponsor we have is going to be Mertu. If you've watched any of my other older videos, we've had Mertu as a sponsor before. See if I'm gonna have to see if I can get I'm gonna get another bracelet that has a lot of color in it. They've got some really fine quality bracelets, other items, but I like to wear the bracelets. But you can find out information about Mertu at mertu.com. There's more information. I think the last video, I don't think I need to add that too. I don't know if I put in the information about the Crosman or Mertu, but both can be reached at crosman.com, and Mertu has, like I said, fine quality jewelry for men at mertu.com, so you can check them out there. They come in these little leather, not leather, but cloth bags, and this is a to show you here. This is leather. Okay, I've had this for several years, actually, and it's in excellent quality, and it has this magnetic clip. Okay, so it just fits down in there, and it's magnetic, so it stays. Now you've got these little extensions right here that you can make enlarge it. Okay, I've got kind of a large wrist. Okay, or larger, I guess, than regular. Okay, it's not large, but larger than regular. So I've got a extension on this one, and I've got, let's see, I think this other one here, yeah, it's got an extension too. But of course I've got this one's different than that one. But you know, even these beads here, like I said, I've had a long time, and a couple of years, and the quality in this product is really good, as you can see. So all leather, fine quality, stainless steel. Okay, the clasp Okay, stainless steel. So there those are. All right. Then we've got this book here, Stonewall in the Valley. I'm also reading it. Robert G. Tanner. He wrote the book. I think it came out, I want to say the 60s. Anyways, he came back and rewrote a large portion. And we have William C. Davis on the bottom here is giving a little review there. Major revision, expanded and updated, virtually a new book. So, and this is Stackpole Books. So you can check that out. Of course, I got mine at, of course, you've got other reviews here. Library Journal, Civil War History, Publisher Weekly. Okay, so, and that's just the book jacket. I've got the book. I got a, let's see where I think it's down there. But I'll pull it out. But the only reason I've got that sitting there is because, well, we've got a comment from William C. Davis. And also it deals with Stonewall Jackson. But this is the Shenandoah Valley campaign, spring of 1862. So it has no bearing on this actual battle besides just the fact that you've got Stonewall, Thomas J. Jackson. Jonathan Jackson is involved. And this is where he gets his nickname, Stonewall. So, okay, so remember that with the compass rose here, we've got north is to the left of the camera, south is to the right, east is forward, and then west is coming back toward the camera. So we've got a little bit of a glare there. I guess it's from that. Let's see. We don't want. Well, I need to turn on this one too. There we go. Okay, so maybe that gives us a little bit better light. So I can move this around here so I can get a better look at different things. But before we get started, we need to talk about the exclusive rules here. We with the command chits. We're going to have, of course, the leaders, but then we're going to have the Fog of War and the Fortunes of War in there. And right now I've got Johnson and Beauregard in here with Tyler and Hunter. So I guess we don't have a McDowell anywhere here. So, and then what we do is we get to pick one of the event chits each army, and then you're going to randomly draw two more. And doesn't include the firing on friends yet. That comes out of Fog of War. What I will probably do is just randomly draw three instead of picking one of each. I think I'll just do that, make it at random. Okay. And we're talking about some of the new chits, like there's the Blackberries, which is one of the reasons that you had the holdup of the federal forces. They've not used to doing a lot of traveling with carrying equipment, you know. So soldiers traveled by foot, and they carried all their equipment with them on their backs, you know, just like the Romans and other armies through the ages. And so soldiers would just fall out of formation and go for water or rest or what happened. They come across all these blackberries, and they would just fall out to eat the blackberries. And so we've got, of course, we've got one of the event chits is a blackberries, you know, so you can delay some things there. Plus we have the firing on friends. One of the big issues, this was the first major conflict battle, and neither side had any standard uniform. And so, you know, the Federals, some of those were wearing gray and other colors. Okay, you had some of the regiments dressed like the soldiers in the Crimean War that had happened just, I guess, in the 50s, 1850s. And Zouaves, or however you pronounce that. And so you had a multiple colors, gray, blue, and a lot of red on the Federal side, and then the Confederate side, you had the same thing. Thomas Jackson is wearing his blue American uniform during this battle. So he's in blue. And so you had a confusion about who was who. And so you had a lot of firing that went on where they were firing against friendly units, because they couldn't tell who was who, but unless they, saw the flag that the unit was carrying. Okay, and sometimes the flag was not visible. You know how flags kind of will wrap around the staff, the pole, whatever is being used, the stick. So that caused some issues. So that happened several times. And even one time, don't remember who it was, but the Union had these cannons, that artillery that was loaded with canister, and you had some troops approaching, and they were going to fire on them, and a superior officer came up and delayed the order. And by the time they figured out that it was the enemy, it was too late. And the enemy was able to take the guns, capture the guns, and turn around to use them on the Federals. So I may be using Federals, Union, with rebels and Confederates, but you all understand who's who here. So there we go. I still might do a little bit of moving around here with Evans before we start. So we got that. The stacking limit is 10 strength points. And artillery and cavalry cannot occupy a woods hex unless they're on a trail or a road. So we've got some large units, so many of the regiments that fought at Bull Run were quite large. So an individual unit is not considered overstacked regardless of its size. So one counter. Okay, so key chit, each player selects one key chit, and then each player selects 2 random ones. And starting at 1:30 p.m., the USA player, the Federals, they draw 3 instead of 2. So, and in the artillery phase, the Union artillery can move 8 movement points, while the Confederate artillery only has 6. So, I guess it had to do with horse flesh available. And of course, artillery located in an angle hex or woods hex cannot fire. So, okay, some of this other we'll get to as we go along. Got some examples of chips and so forth. Okay, so victory points until the lull happens is going to be control of each turn. At the end of each turn, a victory point is given for 25-14. And let me get my 25, let's see, 25-14. is going to be Carter, Pennsylvania, the Carter House. Okay, which you can't see because I need to drop it down. Okay, which is right here. It's the Carter House. Don't need that. That's the Carter House. Okay, so victory point for control of that. 1914. Which is the Matthew House, which is right here. And 2021, and that's going to be 2021. Looks like the stone house right here. So let's see here. If I got these blocks. I don't know if they're kind of big. I think I'd rather use something else. I think I'll use these gray or blue little blocks here to signify. I think that's what we're going to do. Those gray blocks will represent. That's the Confederates have control of that. I'll use a blue block. Okay, just to show you. There's the blue. Okay, so I'll use that. So that's what we have to start with. Of course, it looks like probably the Confederates will, at the start, will gain 3 points each turn till otherwise. In addition, the Union received 1 victory point for units of Cox Brigade that leaves Lewis Ford. All hexes begin in Confederate control. Okay, and then each player gains 1 victory point for each of their opponent's units, which ends the scenario on the broken track. So, all right, let's talk about some of these rules here. We've got, so we start with, okay, the scenario is 17 turns long, starts at 9 a.m. We've got the regulars forward chit, can be used only 3 times. And Union units may not cross a stone bridge. Okay, so for whatever reason, they're not allowed to cross the stone bridge. Tyler's lack of initiative. Shank's brigade may never move more than 3 hexes away from hex 3821, which is this hex right here. Actually right there. Now, Shank is freed from the restriction if the Confederates cross Bull Run, but they're not going to. If Confederate fire or a panic forces a unit of Shank to retreat beyond 3 hexes, or sends Shank unit to the broken track, that unit is free from that restriction. And then we have Carlisle's artillery that enters at 9:30 may not move further than 3 hexes from 3821. So with the Carlisle artillery has to come in here within 3 hexes of the stone bridge. And again, it's also free, just like Shanks. So Confederates cross Bull Run, or if that unit is forced to retreat further than 3 hexes, it becomes available. So Evans, 4th South Carolina, B, a demi brigade, well, it's a split. You got a split regiment is what you got, but it's the B. Okay, can't move more than 3 hexes from 3721, which is here. So, Cox detachment down south. We talked about that briefly in the last video. It can't be activated until 10:30, and then at the cost of 1 victory point per regiment, they can leave the vicinity. At least 1 regiment and the 49th Virginia Battalion must be left behind. So the 2 artillery units, they've got to stay. If they're forced to retreat further than 3 hexes from the Lewis Ford, that's the Lewis Ford, isn't it? I might have called it something else. Yeah, Lewis Ford right there. It's right here. So, they're going to be removed from the game. Sherman may not be activated until 10:30 a.m. unless the Confederates crossbow run. So we don't want to do that. Okay, starting at 10:30, Sherman's brigade is successfully activated by Tyler. Roll 1 die. Sherman will be able to accept his brigade orders and move, fire, etc. if the die roll indicates that he has found the hidden ford, which is the farm ford, which is right here. Okay. On a, let's see, 5 or 6. And then at 11 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And then 11:30, it's automatically. So Sherman's brigade, then also Keyes' brigade may then use the ford. Neither Sherman nor Keyes must use the ford to cross. They could, example, attack Lewis Ford or Martin. Okay, so they don't have to, but once it's that farm ford is discovered, then they can activate. Keyes' brigade enters in hex 4022, the turn after Sherman finds the ford, or Confederates crossbow run. And then we have the lull. The Confederate player may declare withdrawal at the start of any turn, commencing with the 11 a.m. turn. Now, he's got to declare no later than 1 p.m. Okay, and then we have the lull. So we'll talk about the lull when we get to it. So, all right. So that's that. I had someone make a comment about the special rules and how the special rules appear to be controlling the. Try to do something about my cords here. I don't like them like that. I like them hanging free, but sometimes they get in my way. They were saying that it seems or appears that the special rules are placing a lot of restriction. So they're like guiding the game, the play, toward the historical result, instead of just giving the players free reign to do what they want to do, like try to cross the stone bridge, just attack straight there, which you could play, just drop all these special rules and just get after it. But you could say, okay, the Confederate player can do a withdrawal. I think what they're doing here is, because of the lack of coordination and leadership of the Union Army, and because, hey, this is the start of the war, and most soldiers were green. They had not been in the army. Okay, they came from all over the place. They were rushed into service, into battle, and so lack of coordination and direction and all of that. And you even had a lot of the officers had not been in the army, so they gained their leadership positions due to connections with higher ups, the people that were on the the committee, the war committee, or there was each state had so many, I think 3 individuals, and they were responsible for choosing who the officers would be. Okay, another thing is that in the Civil War, officers led from the front. They were in the thick of it, and so there's a lot of leaders, officers getting killed. The Union suffers like one after another, after another, after another. And so, that also would cause coordination issues. In the heat of battle, your commander is killed, and so it takes a little bit of time for the next person in line to step up and start making decisions. And so, talking about the title, here it is. We're gone 35 minutes. I ain't even started the game. Talking about the title, the day was ours. McDowell. At one point, this is after the Union had been able to push back the Confederate line here around Matthews Hill down here and pushed them across the Warrenton Pike. McDowell supposedly rode up and down the lines trying to encourage his men and telling them that the day is ours, the day is ours, over and over as he rode up and down the line. And of course, the day was not theirs. It was actually the Confederates. And then I guess it was either Johnson or Beauregard. I think it was Johnson that he even repeated the same words. I guess he must have got word that McDowell had been hollering that. And supposedly Johnson said that the day is ours. The day is ours. The day is ours. But he did that toward the end of the battle. So that phrase was spoken by the commanders of both sides. So the Confederates have two commanders. You've got two separate armies here, Beauregard and Johnson. So they are able to combine forces and challenge the Union Army. So we pretty much got even number of forces, and kind of an even fight here. Even though both sides are pretty green, both sides do have men and officers that were involved in the Mexican War. The war with Mexico in the was that the 50s, 40s? I should know that. Okay, so let's. We've got to see about the draw cup. Okay, like I said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this randomly. Okay. So really, I guess I need a cup for both. And just throw these in there and let it go and then draw. So what I'll do is I'll just shake these up and I'll just throw 3 in. And that leaves 2 that weren't used. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3. And that actually left Confederates with 3 that didn't get used. So there that is. Okay. So before I start, I want to look here at Evans. You got Shank. Let me pull these guys back a little bit. Now, remember that artillery cannot be in the woods unless they're on, say, like here, they could be in there, but they'd have to be on the trail, and they can't fire in the woods. So you don't want to put your artillery in the woods, or your cavalry. They also the same thing with the cavalry. So this unit has to stay within 3 hexes. I really think that they were, they probably would have been back here. He's got pretty good range, but we're going to put him, I guess I'm just going to leave him right here. I think I want to put this one here. He's got to stay right there anyways. And I think I'll put let's see here, this guy here in support, he's going to be unsupported. But that's something that I like about this game is the support. If you don't have support, I guess it's called your cohesion is reduced. Yeah, your cohesion rating goes down if you're not supported. So I like that. All right, so if we look at artillery, okay, historically Evans did not fire with his artillery. He kept it concealed, and so when the Union bring up their guns and begin to fire, Evans kept his silent, even though some of his units were getting fired upon. So I'm a little confused here about whether or not there should have been, because according to William C. Davis's information, that's what Evans did. But of course, we're not going to cross Bull Run because we do not want to release those units. We like them to be held right there. In basically, Tyler just wanted them to demonstrate. McDowell did, just demonstrate. He wanted Tyler's division to demonstrate and just be a feint. So, okay, now we're talking about artillery fire. The thing is, I'm going to get some free shots here. So Union artillery would go first, mover fire, but there's no Union artillery on the map yet. So then we go to the Confederate, and when we look at the chart here, that is smooth bore cannon. Canister is 2X's, effective is 6. So he can easily fire at that unit right there, which that's what we're going to do. We're going to fire at that unit. So I'm going to get out my little trusted blocks that I like to use to help identify what's going on here. So that just helps you to know what's happening here. So we're going to fire at that unit there that happens to be there in the open. See, I could put him, I could set him up here, like, okay, they've got to be within, let's see if they're back, then see, he wouldn't be able to fire. And maybe that's what I need to do with these guys. 1, 2, see, they could be there, and maybe like that. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do with them. And then that way they can't fire. Now I can fire with Rogers. They can fire over here. Okay. And that's still probably effective or close. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess that's 9. And that's still smooth bore. But we've got a lot. We've got actually six there. So 9 is going to be, that's going to be long range. So that would be half. So that would be 6 would be 3. So we probably wouldn't be very effective. That one there is at 2 at, let's see, effective, he's firing at 100%. Yeah, so, well, either way, he's not going to be able to do too much, but I think I would rather do it that way. Yeah. So these guys need to be like that. I could probably even do that, like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. So if I fire with these guys, that's a range of 10. So that's going to be long range. I would put them at a 3. Okay, we'll go ahead and fire. Okay, when I roll these dice, okay, with the Confederates, the black dice is going to be the 10s, and the white is the 1s. So I roll this. That's a 43. 43 is going to be okay. That's so what we do in here. Pull back just a little. Okay, so I found the strength of guns is 3. I rolled a 43, so we look here and we come across, and we see that we have 0 to 2. Okay, cohesion. So he has a 2, and he's just in the open. I mean, he's not. Let's see if I can find. See if I can find where it talks about support. As I said, this is my first foray into this series in a long time. The other one came out in 2016, so that's it's been a few. So I know here. I just gotta find it. Okay, unit support. Units that have friendly units from the same brigade in the immediate vicinity can derive morale and physical support. Okay. So it modifies so this is modified by modifying an unsupported unit. So, okay. All right, so now what that means is we've got to roll now on this chart under the fire combat cohesion test, okay? So we're rolling here on the routine because that's what we have, the color green. And again, this is the colored dice, okay, when I'm rolling Confederates, and this is the white die, okay? I hope that doesn't confuse you. It's not going to confuse me. Okay, so that's a 1 and a 6. So what we do here is we look under the depletion of 1 is no result. Okay, and then a 6 in this skedaddle result is a morale hit and retreat 2. Okay, well, he would retreat 2 there, and he gets a morale shit, just like that. So, and the thing is, I think I prefer to put the morale chit on the bottom. You know, you can see it, but it doesn't block you from, you can see that's a yellow underneath there. I don't like putting it on top because it hides the unit. So, okay, so that's the that's the artillery phase for the 9 o'clock turn, 9 a.m. And actually, that should have been like showing there and there. That's what I should have had. But if you watch my last 16 video series over Rising Eagles, then you're aware of what those blocks are for. Those little blocks are for designating who's the attacker, who's firing, and what the target is. Green is the fire, the unit instigating the close combat, and the red is the target. So, all right, so we're done there. Now what we do is we're drawing a chit. Okay. Nobody has any held chits, so we go immediately to the draw phase. So I just shake these up, reach in here and pull one out. And I don't have to worry too much about, you know, what I'm pulling out or whatever. Okay, so I've got Johnson here, okay. And with Johnson, we've got B, Bartow, Jackson, and Elsie. So none of those are on the board here, unless they're coming in this turn. Yeah, I guess they are, yeah. Okay, so first off, I guess I got to roll to see whether or not we get we can do something here. I rolled a 1, so yeah, okay. So let me just put that out here. Okay, so what we have here is we've got reinforcements. So we've got B and Bartow. Let's see who's actually coming in. I think I can probably use either one. Okay. It looks like Bartow. 40-35. Coming in at 40-35. Okay. All right, so they're coming in way over there. Okay. I'll put this here. That's 40-35. So that looks like, okay, that's Johnson's forces. And what did I say? I think I said Bartow is the one that's coming in first. Yeah, I'm just going to follow this. So it of course, that shows Bartow there entering 40-35. And also we have B also entering 30-45. Okay, so I'm just going to use a maneuver. Okay. And the maneuver is going to give me, infantry can move 9. So, and if I'm moving on that road, okay, I can really move up that road, because that's what that is. It's a road there. So if it's a road, it's not a trail ride, it's a road. Yeah, some of these are trails. That's a trail. That's a trail. So, you know, if I wanted to really go, I'd come all the way over to here. But I could go 19 on that. So, okay, we've got Bartow. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the other one, where's he at? What I put, oh, there he is. He'd be right here behind him, right there. Okay. And so since we still have units of Johnson, he goes back in the cup. So Johnson goes back in the cup, and then we shake it up, draw another unit. And of course, up here, I needed to flip somebody. Okay, there's Bartow right here. So he's got to flip to his activated side. So he's activated. Okay, what do we get next? Signal station. Okay, the signal station, what happened here is this is the first use of flag signals used in, I guess, in battle. A wigwag. They used the wigwag semaphone signaling, which is use of two flags, and you know, wagging the flag, okay, back and forth. They could, depending on how they did it or how many times they did it, was for different letters of the alphabet. So a lot like Morse code. Dot, long dot, dash, dash, kind of thing. So that's that command event. And let's see what that, okay. Play this chit immediately upon being drawn, roll a die on a roll of 1 to 3, select a Confederate brigade under Beauregard, scheduled to enter as a reinforcement in a subsequent turn. The brigade will arrive 1 turn early. This can cause the brigade to arrive in the current turn. Once the Confederate brigade has been advanced in this fashion, remove the chit from the game. Chit may only be used once in a game. All right, so we got to roll. We got to play this one immediately. And we've got to roll a die. Okay. I rolled a 6. So nothing happens. So this just goes back over here. It can only be used once. So it goes over there. You may say where. Okay, it's just going back over here. So this is as far back as I can pull back on this. I don't need I need a longer reach on my arm here with my camera. So okay, so here we go. Oh, I promise you this is going to go a lot faster. I won't spend as much time yakking. You can probably, you know, fast forward. Okay, so now we've got the fog of war. I need to clip these counters. I'm not real big on clipping counters, but you know, you just pull out. This is how I clip counters. I don't have a counter clipping, so you know, I just go here and, you know, clip each little corner here like this. Sometimes it turns out to look pretty good. Okay, so we got the fog of war. So in the fog of war, we've got to roll on the fog of war chart, which is right here. Excuse me. So, and we rolled a 5. Okay, it says possible general casualty. Okay, so we take a look at the rules. May have to go to the, maybe in the, yeah, I gotta look at the series rules because they're all a little bit different. Okay. The only player rolls 2 dice and reads them as a combat dice, resulting in 11 through 66, and consults the general casualty table for his side, located on his player aid. Okay, so here we go. So we go here and we find, let's see, who's supposed to be drawing right now? I think the Union, I think the rule says the Union player draws on, okay, the draw chit. Yeah, so the Confederate draws on odd turns, and that's what this, well, I guess this is an even turn. 9 o'clock is even, 9:30 is odd. So it would be the Federal player. Okay. So it would be on the Federal players chart here. Okay. So remember, the blue is now the first dice. So we got a 21. And we look over here on general casualty, and of course 21 is going to give you no casualty. Okay. So the fog of war is out. Set that right there. Okay, we got Johnson again. He got pulled up again. So now we've got, of course, we've got B now comes in the game. And remember, B is the Confederate brigade general that tells his men, "Hey, look, there's Thomas Jackson standing like a stone wall. Let's rally behind the Virginians." And of course, he is killed, or actually, I think he dies maybe the next day or something like that. I think he gets knocked off of his horse. I think a cannonball hits him. Could be mistaken. It might have been the. So many of them got some grievous wounds. Okay, so they're coming in. And again, okay, we got a roll from Johnson, of course, has a 4. So, oh, we got a 6. All right, so that means they can't enter yet. That's a limited activation. So they can't enter yet. So they're going to be pushed to the next turn. And Johnson is done now. So I'm going to flip him over here. And we're moving on to the next ship. So we got a delay. All right, so we got Hunter. Let's see here. We've got Hunter's forces. Okay, we got to find out where they're coming in at. I think they're coming in over here. Sudley's Ford is where he's coming in at. Yep. Sudley Ford, 1800. So Burnside. Okay. So slide down here. Pull back just to show you. So there's no, look, there is no units. let's do that. Okay. There are no units. These guys, this is Hunter Burnside. So, you know, the Confederates don't have any units up here to the north. Okay. So that's where they're going to be coming in. But of course, we've got to roll to see what happens. So, and I rolled a 3, didn't land in the box, but that's a 3, and Hunter is a 4, and this is his only. Let's see, it's his only unit. Porter comes in a different turn. So, of course, these guys just going to have a maneuver order, which means they can possibly come down here and take maybe take one of these objectives. Of course, this here is a trail. This is a road here. So it says road on it. These others are just trails. So let's pull back. I guess that's as far as I can go. Okay, so we're going to go with, let's see who we got here. Burnside's got 4. We're going to go with the 2nd Rhode Island. Okay, so 1800, he comes in right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he got to Matthews Hill. Okay, so we just put the rest of them right here behind. Let's see, we want Rhode Island together. And then we have the New Hampshire and New York. So there we are. So they're going to be flipped up there. That's going to be Burnside right here. He's flipped, activated. Okay, so now we move to the next turn, or activation, not turn, but the next activation, and it's the Fortunes of War. And the Fortunes of War just means the next chip that's pulled is going to be just ignored, whatever it may be, and it's going to be Rally. So it's just set off to the side. And here we have Command Confusion. All right, so let's see what Command Confusion is going to be. Confederate Union. Hold this shit to be played after the Confederate player announces the brigade order for the activated brigade. And then you can play them. And then that kind of messes them. So that's going to be a held chit. So, yeah, we want to put it up here. Okay, so let's draw again. Thing is, you want to play those, but you can't play it until the Confederate player makes a. Okay, so we've got Rally. I don't think we're going to have anybody that needs to rally. Well, yeah, we do. We have that one right there. So under Rally, play now at the start of any chit draw. Okay, remove all shaken and disrupt markers from each unit in 1 hex. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play it. So we're going to remove this one. So Rally's played. That takes care of that. All right, Beauregard. And we've got a 4. And we got Evans. I think it's and Cock. I think maybe that's Cox. Cock. Call it Cock. Bonham, Early. So, thing is, I can't do anything with Cock. He's got to stay there until 10, at least 10:30. And Evans, I don't want to really do anything with him. So, but okay, he cannot be activated until 10:30. So I need to go ahead and flip him over. He can't be activated until 10:30. So only Evans can be activated. So, okay, we get a full activation. But there's not anything I want to do with him. So he'll just be flipped, and Beauregard is now out. Okay. So here we go. Firefight. Thing is, nobody's, well, I can save it in case somebody happens to, get involved there. Regulars forward. I got to look at that one. Play now at the start of any ship phase. The U.S. Infantry Battalion under Porter is activated and automatically placed under any order. Says it's got to be as a key chit, not by random, but that's all right. Okay. Okay, but he's not available yet. Let's see here. Talks about. Okay, let's see here. Okay, he's got to be on the map. So basically, he's not going to be on the map at this time. He didn't come into later, so that shit's not even going to be used. So next, we've got Tyler. Okay, and we don't want to do anything with them. There's not anything coming in. So Tyler has got Sherman and Shank. So Shank, we'll just flip him over. Put him back in the cup. He's the only one left. So we just flip him over. Now we just, flip everybody back, and we're not using either one of these chits here. Okay, we're gonna flip all these guys back. Except for Cock. Okay, so everybody gets flipped back. We put Tyler back in, Beauregard's back in, Johnson and Hunter back in, Fortune and Foglore back in. Put 3 of these in. Put those upside down. I don't have any units that are morale hits, so we don't have that going on. But we do have to do the victory points. So victory point award step, we've got 3 victory points. So the Confederates have 3. And that's all we got so far. So victory point, we flip all activated guard markers over. Broken track adjustment, we don't have. Each player gathers all his event chits. We advance the game marker turn. So now we go to 9:30. And so now we're at 9:30. First chip is the blackberries. Okay, what do we want to do with the blackberries? Union blackberries. Play this chit immediately upon being drawn. Roll a die. On a roll of 1 to 3, select a Confederate brigade scheduled to enter as a reinforcement in a subsequent turn. It's delayed 1 turn. Okay, so it can only be played once. Okay, on a roll of 1 to 3, select a brigade that is scheduled to enter as a reinforcement in a subsequent turn. So, okay, if we look over here, I'll just use the book here. Okay, so look here, we've got B, of course, who was already delayed. Who else do we got? I say we move Jackson back to 11. So Jackson's going to be delayed. So he won't show up until 11:30. And this is removed from the game. Okay, so you can't use that again. So I'll go ahead and put it in a box over here. So you can only use it once. One time per game. All right, so it's gone. Okay, next draw. And we've got Johnson. Okay, so let's see who's coming in. Of course, I can try to bring B in. Let me see who else is supposed to be coming in here. That's Beauregard. That's Hampton. He comes in at 9:30. Of course, B. We'll try to get B to come in. Of course, I rolled a 5. So somebody isn't coming in. I'm going to put, what is it, Hampton? I'm going to flip him over. I want to try to activate B. So Johnson goes back in the cup. Tyler. Okay, Tyler has Shank, and okay, so we're going to flip Shank over. Don't do anything with him. He goes back in the cup. Tyler's really not even gonna, he's not activated. Okay, we got regulars forward. Okay, I can't use that right now because that unit's not on here yet. I think I already cracked the cup. Shoot. What do I have here? Do I have any tape or something I can put on it? So my cup already cracked. Just made out of sheet plastic, so all right, we got it fixed at least for now. I get a more permanent cup. You want out of here? You want out? that in case you want out. Got my German Shepherd Husky mix over here laying close to me. She's very attached. Okay, we got Hunter. Okay, so we got Burnside and Porter. Let's see, does Porter come in now? We got Burnside. I don't want to activate him, but I got to roll first anyways. Okay, so yes. Okay. So, yeah, we can bring in Porter. Carlisle comes in on 40-22. Okay. Oh, I didn't do my artillery step. I just jumped right in here. That wasn't fair to the Confederates. I got to do my. I got to remember the difference in these rules here. But I got these two guns here that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That still would have been effective range on that unit. About all we're going to be, he's got a 2. About all we're going to be able to do is make him retreat. But that's still, I guess we make him retreat too much. I don't think I want to fire on him. I don't want to make him retreat too much and activate him. So forget that. Okay, so I want to bring in Porter. He's got quite a bit here. Okay, so Carlisle has to come in just to show you who all's coming in. Okay, right here, 930, Porter's Brigade. Okay, so Carlisle comes in at 40-22 and the rest at Sudley Ford. Sudley Ford. Might have been calling it something else. So they're going to have some guns now. Eight guns there, plus 6 over there with these other guys. So we're going to have an artillery duel going on here. Also, so Carlisle comes in. So what happens with that? When they're reinforcements, oh, I should have had them come in earlier. They should have came in during the artillery phase. So these artillery units would come in during the artillery phase. So I would move, okay, bring this unit in. And they're like, so, okay. And then I could have fired on it. See, I could have used this unit. See, he would have moved in. Then this unit would have been able to fire on him. Okay. So, see, that's what I missed out on. Not only him, but this other artillery. These other artillery units could fire on that target as well. So he moves in there like that. Then we fire here. That's going to be canister. So he's sitting at 3. Union moves first, and of course then we have Okay, so we would have Davidson firing. So he's going to have a strength of 3 because he's canister. And they get a upshift in fire combats when they're firing canister. So now he goes to a 4. And we roll the dice. Black is 10s, 35. We got a 35, and he's got what? He's a 4, but he's unsupported, so he's a 3. So still no effect. Pretty sure 35. So then I turn him, but he already did something. And then I would come over here. Got to correct all this. Got Porter's guys, but these guys are not part of Porter. Okay, so I've got these 2 units, and they've got, let's see, they can actually come right down the road. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'd be right there, 7. Pull this back. And let's see, if I wanted to see stacking, I've got 6 becomes 4. That's 2. He can't stack there. Okay, so he's got to stop right there. I would turn him, but he's already moved. Okay, then I would come back over here to Rogers and Latham. Okay, and they're gonna fire at those guns now. Okay, so here we've got a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still 10. Now that can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. So he's gonna be at 3. He'd have to roll pretty high to do anything. He's got a 4, so I don't know. Oh wow, we rolled a 65. Okay, so a 65. 65 on what I say, a 3. Yeah, 65 on a 3. It's gonna be green. Because he's at a 3 because he's not supported. So okay, so then we go over here to the cohesion test, and I rolled a 4, which is nothing, and then I rolled a 3, which is an R1, so you'd have to just retreat 1, so he would end up back there. Okay, so now those guys are turned. And then we go to the last artillery unit over here, which is Martin. He comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So he goes to right there. Okay. And then, of course, I rolled for Hunter, so now he's bringing in. Shank is already. Porter's going to move. He's going to maneuver, and so these guys are coming in. U.S. Infantry Battalion. He's got a 5 cohesion. So 1, 2 maneuver is what they're doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's going right there. The rest of these guys doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So now we got all that straightened out. And of course, Hunter goes back, goes back in because we've got Burnside there. Okay. Okay, firefight. It's going to be one that we're going to hold. Now this regular's forward. That's the U.S. infantry. Oops. So it's the U.S. Infantry Battalion. Okay, so basically, yeah, I played this Chetty. It's just an extra activation, which means he can get to that objective hex. So yeah, we're gonna play it. Okay, we're gonna play the regulars forward, which is gonna put it right here. I've used it once. And Porter is just going to be able, this U.S. Infantry Battalion, it can move, maneuver 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he's going to stop right there. So now this becomes blue. So I turn this over to blue. Okay. Now we draw the next chit. Fortunes of War. Okay. Next chit. Doesn't count. Oh, Tyler. So it's going to be Sherman. And he's done. And so is the Fortune of War. Hunter. That's going to be Burnside now. I've already used Porter. So we've got a 4, and he rolls a 4. So. And I can remove him. That's the last of that. So Burnside, flip him over, put him over there, and then we can come down here and move Burnside. So he could possibly, I think he could take both these objectives now. So yeah, I guess the Rhode Island will go down here, and New Hampshire, New York will stay right here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. If he's going down a slope, a steep. That's not a steep slope. Okay. So he was here. That's 1, 2, 3. Four. So this becomes blue. This other one's going to become blue. Okay, so he's only moved 4. So you want to Stay there, or what's he want to do here? Four, five. You could actually 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they're gonna go right there. Okay. These guys are gonna go there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll tell you what, they think I want them to come back to here. So take that. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward. And let's see, it's only what, a steep slope? A up slope is +1. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I guess he could go to there. And this guy would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, now this is blue. Okay. All right, so that's all of Burnside. Well, Burnside is who I was going to talk about. Burnside becomes, because of injuries, he's not actually in the commander, I don't think, at the start of this, but I think the guy that's actually leading this brigade is wounded or killed, and Burnside then takes over. But Burnside developed a musket rifle, the Burnside musket, but it wasn't used regularly, I guess. The Union is going to go with the Springfield. Of course, there's many other weapons, but I'll talk about that another time. Okay, I'll use up time here. All right, so now we've got Johnson. So we're going to try to activate B. So let's see if we can activate Johnson. He's got a 4. 2. Okay. So I need to move this. I'm gonna be but actually I could move either B or Bartow. Hampton, let's see. But the thing is, I want to get B onto the map. So let's bring him in. So he's coming in over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so B is activated. Yeah, that's just a trail. As far as I know, that's not a road. That's a road. At least I think it's a road. That might be a trail too. If so, they would only be able to move 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be like that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. I think that'd be more accurate. I'll pull it down here. I got a big glare here for some reason on. Oh, excuse me. I think that helps with the glare. Okay, so Johnson goes back in the cup. But B is done. Yeah, that doesn't have it. Roads are named. Roll Johnson again. Alright, so let's see if we can activate him. Nope. So all they could do is fire, and they can't do that. They would have a limited activation, so okay, so that means Bartow is finished. And so is Johnson. Beauregard. Who's he got here? Evans. So I've got to pull Evans back because I don't have anybody else. Who do we have here? This is Hampton. Who's Hampton? Who is Hampton with? Oh, that's our, well, that artillery should have came on. I didn't bring that artillery on. Let's see where he's supposed to come on. .40-35. Oh, that's Beauregard's. So he can activate. Didn't say Hampton. Oh yeah, it does. Hampton right there. Okay, so this unit should have came on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not a road. Okay. So let's roll for. See what we got for Beauregard. Rolled a 6, so he's only got a 4. So I guess Hampton's not going to be able to come on this turn. Well, no, I can go Cox. I can't. I don't want to do. I want to go. So Hampton is going to be the one that I flip over. I guess I just already flipped him. Okay, so he's actually going to get moved to the next turn. Okay, and then Beauregard goes back in. And we fog of war. So, and this is going to be the Confederate player, rolling fog of war. 3, wayward Union move. Okay, so wayward Union move is going to be, the player selects any one enemy unit to affect. He may then move this enemy unit 1 hex in any direction. Well, really doesn't matter. I guess I'll just move. I'll move Carlisle up here. So, okay. next. Now we have the Confederate blackberries. Okay, so we roll with the Confederate blackberries now. We roll to see if we can get delay union. Yes, so you roll one, 2, or 3. Select the Union Brigade scheduled to enter as a reinforcement in a subsequent turn to delay the turn. So this one's removed. And let's see here. Who do we want to delay? I think we're going to delay Howard's brigade, who comes in at 12:30. So if we come over here, we'll take a look here. We've got okay, so that's .30. So he's going to go to 1 o'clock. Not the artillery, but just the brigade. So he got moved to there. Okay, so that's going. Okay, so we got Beauregard again. Okay, Beauregard. 5. Okay, so that means I got to turn Evans over. All we can do is fire. Nobody's in range with the fire because smoothbore only has range of 1. Well, extreme is 2, but it's only a quarter strength. What is he? Quarter. That would be what? Quarter. Be like 1. He's got a 4. You have to roll pretty high. Firefight. He can fire. That's it. So, all right. So. This unit here, it's got a strength of 6 firing here. 64, maybe. So a quarter, he's only going to be a 1. So at 1, I rolled a 64. So yeah, the green is 1 through 4. Okay, so we roll on this table here, and we got a 5 and a 2. 2's not going to be a thing, but the 5 is going to be a D. Lead units on the front side is flipped over, so they get flipped. All right. So they're at battle worn now. And the other one, same thing. I could fire with Evans, 4th South Carolina, B, could fire. he's going to be firing at C strength. So he would have to roll, same thing, a high number. Of course, I roll a 34. 34. Starts coming out 31, but okay. All right. So that's the Beauregards. So he's done. And I think all we got here is we got two chits here. We've got to Command Confusion, which is not going to be able to be played. Firefight. Of course, we've got Signal Station. Oh, shoot. Oh, my magnifying glass. Oh. Okay. At least it didn't break my glass. I thought that's what it did. Rattled it a little bit though. I need to wash it off. Okay, got a delay there because I dropped my magnifying glass. I gotta put it somewhere else. Oh. Put it up here. Okay, so I gotta remember where I was at. Oh, Firefight. I want to look at Firefight. Okay. So I don't have anybody within range for the Firefight, so I can't. The Firefight's going to be just wasted. Command Confusion. Okay, nobody else can be activated for the Union, so that's wasted. Okay, and then the other one is the Signal Station. So with the Signal Station. Okay, this is Beauregard. Okay, so with the Signal Station, let's see, where's that? Roll. This one's already, that one's done. Roll a 4, so no effect. Okay, so there's no effect with the Signal Station. Okay, so now we go to all the chits have been played. Okay. Final held event chit step. What the heck is that? Okay, that's where both players may play one at a time in each chest they're holding. Okay, so now we count the victory points. And we see right here is the 3 victory hexes. And so now the victory points go to 0. So it's 0 to 0, or it's just 0. So that's that. We'll kind of turn all these artillery units back straight up. And just to be sure on this, we've got, well, I don't need this. I guess I'm just going to put it underneath there. I don't need that. Just it's just 1 point. Okay, so now we go to flip all activated brigade markers to their available side. Broken track, I don't have anybody on that yet. Okay, so we look up here, and of course we got to flip these people over. So we got the Army of the Potomac and the Army of the Shenandoah. And there we just have the Army of, what is it, the Army of the Union or Army of, should we have a, they give us a, no, I don't know if they were going to give us a order of battle here or not. So let's see what we got to be in here. Lincoln actually wanted Robert E. Lee to be the commander of the Union forces. Winfield Scott, famous for the Mexican War with Mexico, success down there, he became the overall, I guess, lieutenant general or commander. Trying to think what the name of the, I remember reading it, but we've got well, here's McDowell. Well, we got pictures of McDowell, and also, so we got Winfield Scott, and then we got McDowell. Okay, just I guess the Union Army. So we got General Irvin McDowell. So, and of course, let's see, what's the, Ewell. I said early. I think it was Ewell and Longstreet that held the right flank. Okay, so we have here we've got Johnson, Joseph E. Johnston, not Johnson, but Johnston. Okay, he was Army of the Shenandoah, and then we have down here we got P.G.T. Beauregard, the would-be Napoleon, Army of the Potomac. So that's who we've got. Okay, so we got everybody flipped back over. We've got a battle-worn unit now, this artillery piece, due to the fire from Evans, 4th South Carolina, I guess the regiment split in two, I guess. So, let's see, other Marine guess I could just set them in there. They wouldn't be in the way. All right, so back in the cup, we got to put the Fortunes of War, Tyler and Hunter Johnson, Beauregard, and of course then Firing with Enemies. Those come in later. Firing on Friends. Let's see. I'm trying to think, when does that? What is the Firing with Friends get into here? Maybe that's somewhere in here. Thought I read it. Where is it? Guess it can come on at any time. Fired with Friends. Maybe that comes on. Let's see here. No, when does it come in? Superior Artillery. Oh, it's a Fog of War. I mean, yeah, Fog of War chit. Okay, so that's why I was like, what's going on here? Okay, so okay, we've got those there. Rigorous Forward, Firefight. Don't have very many there, do we? At least to start with. Let's see what those are. Thought I should have 2 of these left. Did I set one somewhere, drop it? Guess not. Okay. All right, so now we would move to the 10 o'clock turn. Okay, and of course, do we have any artillery? Yes, we do. Oh, we also have some more markers here. They're coming in. So I need to more Union markers. So I've got to draw here on the command thing here. Okay. The chits, because they had some added chits that came in. Okay, so we've got these 2 artillery units. All right, let's see where they're coming in at. We got Ricketts and Griffin. Ricketts. Okay. So they're coming in. Where they at? Right there. Enter at Sudley Ford. 10 o'clock. Okay. All right. So where'd I put them? Here they are. Okay. So I'm going to put them right there. Right there. Okay. So the Union gets to go first with their artillery. So they want to fire Carlisle. It's going to fire onto Davidson right there. So and he's going to be that's going to be Canister. So okay, with Canister, but is he rifled? No, he's mixed. So mixed canister is 2. He's not going to get any kind of bonus. So that's 150. So that would be 4.5. No. Yeah. You drop any kind of decimal fraction. So it's going to be 4. So he's going to be on the 4 chart here. All right. That's a 23. So here a 23 that's nothing. So turn them sideways. Okay. I want to move. We're going to move down here. That unit right there. So basically he's going to be, you can move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's moved. Okay. And down here, we're going to move. Reynolds, 3, 4, 5. He's going to go right there. So I'm going to turn him. Okay, and then we're going to go up here to Rogers. They're going to fire at that guy. All right, so we got a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's going to be effective. I rolled a 36. He's got, let's see, effective smooth bore. Oh no, that's long range, so it's half. So he's at 6. That becomes 3. And we rolled what, a 36? Nothing. Okay. No effect. Okay. What do we got here? Let's come back down here with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go right there. All right, then we go back up here. We've got Davidson. He's firing on Carlisle. Okay. And he's a 2 canister. Is half, so he's a 3. And he's a smooth bore, so that's, so he goes from 4 up to 5 right here. Okay. And I rolled a 16. 16. That's not going to be any good. And let's see here. Then we go to these guys back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goes to there. This one goes 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't move to here. He just stuck right there. So both of those guys are done. And of course, they don't have any more. That's all they had over there. They don't have any coming in. Okay. So that's their artillery phase. So we're done with our artillery phase. Okay. Okay, so we got rally. We don't need to rally anybody yet, so we'll just keep that one. Command confusion. Okay, so Hunter. Can he activate? Yes. Full activation for somebody. And we flip them over. We got Burnside and Porter. We want to move Porter. So let's flip Porter over. And we don't have to worry about this number on here right now because that's only for attack. So we're not doing an attack. Those are that's what that's for. Okay, so we want to move these guys here. I think this guy here wants to move. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. I think 3, 4. Let's see, what does it cost to go into the woods? So yeah, he's going into the woods right there. Okay. Then here we've got 1. Let's see, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course, these guys are all just moving up behind. Okay, so that brigade is done. Oh, Hunter goes back in. And we pull Johnson. Johnson's got B, Bartow Jackson, nobody's, and then Elsie. Okay, so we gotta have a 4. Roll a 3. Okay, so what did I say here? What do we got? Full activation. Okay, let's go with B. Okay, throw him back in the cup. Turn B over up at the top. Okay, and there's B over here. Let's see, we gotta move closer to closing on B. So we'll see what B is gonna do. Okay, B for now is just these 3 regiments right here. This guy's kind of in the way. So let's see if you're using. You can't use. Well, let's see what it says about. I know you can't use the march orders, I guess. They're doing a maneuver. Road stacking. Stacking limit when a unit is using the road or march column movement rate. Cannot exceed stacking. Okay, so they can't use the road stacking, so at all. So they get a movement of 9. That's a lot. Yeah, under a maneuver, they get 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course, this guy's there. This guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For whatever reason, he ended up there. Okay, so B's already flipped over. Okay. Already put Johnson back in. All right, we draw out Firefight. We want to hold that maybe till later. Oh, they could have used that command confusion on me. Okay, so we got Johnson again. Okay, so here's Johnson. Rolled a 6. Okay, so a limited activation. So that's all he got. That's going to have to be Bartow. He's the only one still here. Well, yeah. So Bartow didn't get to move. Johnson's done. Okay, Tyler. Shank and is it Sherman? So I'm gonna flip Sherman over. We're at the we're at the 10 o'clock turn. Low ammo. Okay. Okay, so we may place a low ammo marker if available on a CSA artillery unit. Okay, so yeah. Guess I'll put it on Davidson. I'll put it on Rogers. So he's got low artillery. So that takes care of the low ammo. All right, we got Hunter, Burnside, or Porter. Two, we got a full activation. Okay, so we need to form a battle line is what we need to do. So let's go with Burnside. No, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with Porter first. Yeah, let's go with Porter. So, to maneuver. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they form that line behind Evans. Hunter goes back on the cut. And we flip over Porter. Okay, I got him flipped over. Okay, so next, of course, Hunter comes up again. Two, that's activated again. So Burnside is flipped over. So we need to have a battle line here. Okay, so one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, let's see, he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right. So Hunter is out. He's done. Excuse me. Fog of War. Okay, this is this is an even turn, so it goes with the Union. Okay, so Fog of War. Well, I rolled a 6. Firing on friends. So I guess that affects whoever is the person that's drawing, I think. Okay. All right, so we have to roll another dice, find out who gets what. Okay, with a 2. Okay, 1 through 3, the Confederate player gets the chit. This chit is held and may be played anytime an enemy unit attempts to fire or close combat. It cancels the fire or close combat. The canceling of close combat occurs before any defensive or defensive support fire. So basically, the Confederates get that. Okay. So now we go to the next chip. Fortunes of War. Which means the next one that's pulled is ignored. That's going to be Beauregard. So Beauregard has to take somebody out of the picture. Let's see, he can release. No, I don't think he can release him yet. I think he can only release him. Let's see, Conk at 10:30. is he's not activated. So that means it's either going to be Evans or Hampton. Hampton, I need to move Evans. Okay. Guess I'll flip Hampton. Okay, so we put Beauregard back in. So Hampton gets just pushed again. Okay, next chit is Raleigh. I don't have anybody to rally right now. Next chit is Tyler. And with Tyler, we're just flipping Shank over. See, not doing anything. It's all with Tyler. Then we have Beauregard again. And he's gonna roll a 4. Okay, so we have full activation of Evans, Burnham, Early, Cock can't move. Hampton and Stewart, so it's going to be Evans. Let's see. I have to leave. I think the smaller one behind. Yeah. All right, so Tyler is who we're moving. So we're flipping Tyler over. You know, we're not going to do an engage or an attack or defend. We're going to do a maneuver. I'm going to move down here and get support from Cock and then I think advance up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that. Probably should have got it in the woods. Okay. And we got signal station. I should have used this command. What is it? Command confusion? What do we do with it? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that with Evans here. I should have done it. I'm going to use this command confusion chit here. And so we're going to have to roll up here to see what they do. So we're rolling a 6-sided dice. And we get a 5. Okay, the active brigade must be assigned a different order than originally announced by the Confederate player. I said maneuver, so now he's got to do something else. Defend. He can regroup. He can attack. If I want to attack, I got to roll to see if they attack. How many can attack together? I only get what to attack. I get a 6, so I don't know about that. What's that angle going to cost if you go into that angled? cost them anything. Okay, I guess let's see, flip Evans back over. He's got a 5. I guess I'm gonna go with an attack 3. Oops. Okay, let's look on here and find out. Attack coordination, I rolled a 3. The leader's got a 5, so I can activate 4. But I only have 2 to activate. There we go. So we're gonna do the attack. So we're gonna go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And that sees it at a higher level, but doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so now we go to combat. Okay, so close combat is what we're going to. Alright, so we got defensive fire. Enemy units in the targeted hex may issue defensive fire. In addition, other enemy units adjacent to any currently attacked units and who are not themselves a target declared close combat during this step may also issue defensive fire, but only with 50% of their strength points. All such defensive fire is issued normally and in any order chosen by the defending player. It can be combined, or it can be separate. Okay, so defensive fire. This unit is going to fire here, while this unit is actually going to fire here. I think he can. Pretty sure he can fire. You have to look at the line of sight for that. I know it's got to be in here somewhere. The line of sight. Yeah, 91A. It was there. 91A. Okay, draw imaginary line from the center. That can be blocked or obscured. They may not be able to. Because basically, I move all this. Basically, they're firing. That'd be right down that hex. So I guess that's not firing. I'm gonna say they can fire. Okay, so first we've got the U.S. Infantry Battalion is going to fire at the 1st Louisiana. Okay, so, and they're armed with rifle. Okay, so they've got a strength of 12. So they're going to be full strength. So they're just going to be at 12. I rolled at 12. No effect. Okay. All right. Then U.S. Marine Corps Division is firing at the 4th South Carolina, and that's going to be a range of 2, which becomes long, so they're at half strength, so that's a 3. Okay, he's an angled. See if angle gives any kind of protection. I guess they don't have that. I guess it would be here. They got to be in woods. Okay, so it's going to be a 3. They've got rifle also. All right, I rolled a 45 under 3. 45 is going to be, let's see this one here. 45, he's going to have a 2. He's got a 4. So, no effect. Okay. So now we're going to have this unit attacking this unit. Okay, now he's at a higher elevation. Okay. So when we go to close combat, I've got to declare a lead unit. Yes, the Sultan Hex. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to do like so this is the assaulting hex, the green one. This is supporting. Okay. Okay, so the other is a flanking hex. Okay, so the strength point total is 7. So the only thing that the supporting unit is going to add is for the outnumbering modifier. Okay. So okay, so we've got 7 is where we're at right now. Okay, close combat. Okay, so we've got 13 against 12. That's just 1 to 1. Okay, greater CR than the enemy. So we're at 7. We're going to go down to 5. 50% are, they're both, let's say they're both smooth bore, so they get a, okay, so that's a column shift to the right. That means we're back to 7. Defender on a higher slope. Okay, so now we're going to have to go back down 2, so we're at 4. flanking attack. Let's see. Let me look here at the flanking attack. So right now we're at 4. I think that's over here. We'll find that over here. Okay. Okay, no flanking attack because it's got to be 2 hexes away. Okay, so we're going to be at 4. All right, I rolled a 62. Pull back. Okay, 62 is going to be right here. Okay, so we're coming across. So he's got a 5. So we're rolling on the green. I rolled a 22 on the close combat. 22-2. And then here we've got, let's see, RA1. Okay. Okay, all the defending units must retreat 1 hex, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So this guy's got to retreat 1 hex, which would be there. And of course, we could move into that hex. And maybe we have to. Okay. When a hex is vacated by all enemy units after the cohesion test caused by close combat only, the surviving friendly unit that were committed to attack the hex or that were attacked from the hex may advance to occupy the now empty hex. I don't think we want to advance. We're going to stay there. So, well, we could actually advance. Let's see here. We could actually advance. Tell you what, yeah, I want to move Evans up. The 4th South Carolina is going to go up there. Okay. And I'll do that because okay, so now we go to the chip to draw a chip, but we don't have any more. So we want to do the firefight. Just oh, I think I can only move 1 unit with that, not a whole thing. I gotta try to do the Beauregard thing again. signal station. Now let me do that. Roll a 2, that passes. So that means we can, somebody comes in early, back early. So that's going to be Jackson. He's coming back at the right time. Okay. Then we have firefight. Firefight, play now. Okay. Allows all converted infantry units and anyone hacks to each issue fire combat against an eligible enemy unit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're doing a fire. We're going to fire into this unit here, a big unit. Okay, so oops, yeah. Okay, so we've got smooth bore. Okay, so we're at 6. Firing over woods, firing over units, okay. So I don't get any bonuses, so it's just 6. Okay, so Evans, South Carolina is firing at the United States Infantry Battalion. So we're just on the 6. I had to roll to 35 on 6, 35. No effect, and then he gets to fire back. Okay. No, that's just reversed. And he's firing on the 12. 53. Okay. Oh, so he's going to be on the yellow on the fire combat test table here. 4 is D, so he's going to get flipped. That's not good. And then 3. He's going to have to retreat 2 hexes. That. All right. Firefight didn't work out so good. Well, I don't know. He's got the firing on friends. Maybe he can eliminate that. I think that he can. Forgot I had that thing, so we might just reverse that. I wouldn't do that. So it basically cancels the fire. So he doesn't have to worry about it. That's what I was thinking I was going to use that. So there we go. I'm going to use firing on friends. If you use it, you can cancel a fire or a close combat against you. So that's what we do. Okay. So we look down here and we've got 3 points for the Union. So they've got 3 victory points. Now, because they're holding on to the 3 objectives. Okay. I've almost been going here an hour. This rally, I think all you can do with it these two hexes. Must be at least 2 hexes from enemy units. Okay, so basically he could rebuild that artillery unit there. That's the only unit that. So and not only that, but you get to add 2, increases cohesion by 2. Can't do it after the law. So if we rebuild, all right, so it's got a 3 equation. We add 2 to it, we roll 1 dice, and we rolled a 3, so it becomes rebuilt. So it's flipped back over. We turn these back like so. All the other ones we turn in the cup. We're gonna put the meters back in there. Fog of war. Some goes back in. And the rest of these, got to do the chits. At some point, know that this is going to be the 10:30 turn. At some point, they get more. So Sherman starts searching for the ford. Cox Brigade may activate. See what the special rules here. What was I thinking? $40.35. Oh, when do they get extra chits? Oh, it's here somewhere. Okay. So I got, okay, I got them put in there. Now I got to do these guys. Okay, where's the rest of them? Oh, here they are. And rally. Oh, at some point, yeah. They get an extra chit, but that's not till later on. Okay. I was just, my silence here is me thinking about stuff. Okay, so, the Confederacy can actually declare lull commencing or withdrawal with 11 a.m. turn. So, okay, it's 11. 11. So, okay, the best thing to do is to announce the lull. Because one thing, the Union has already pushed over here to Henry Hill. With the lull, he's going to come back. He's going to back up, according to the rules. So, there's no firing, there's no so forth. So I can escape, I can move these guys back. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so the lull is going to end at turn 11. Which is 12 o'clock. Okay, so I take everything out. except for the Commanders and Raleigh. That's the only thing. Raleigh for both sides. Both sides can rally. And move. That's basically all they can do. Regroup. Okay. Cavalry first. Cavalry. Artillery first. So let's see here. Reynolds is going to stay where he's at. I'm going to move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm turning. And then up here. I'm going to move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's moved. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's moved. Let's see here. This one hadn't moved yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. You better stay there. 5. He's moved. Down here, this one has to move. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then I just turn these guys. I think that's okay. This artillery unit here. And then, oh no, I've got Jackson over there. I need to move him. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he moved in. And then this one here. I think he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that should be all of the artillery except for Carlisle down there, and I'll just flip turn him. He's not going anywhere. Okay. Beauregard. Rule of 3. So I can activate somebody in Beauregard's Cook or okay, how about Hampton? We'll bring him in, Hampton. And he's coming in down there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
8, 9. And we flip Hampton over.
Beauregard back in the cup. Next is Beauregard again. So we got to roll. Roll to 2.
Beauregard flipped over. Evans, let's move Evans. So we got to move Evans back. This doesn't matter. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Flip that over.
Oh, didn't see that, but I moved.
This guy was here. Let's see, we could have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there.
We still got Cook there.
Cook, I say Cook at Cock. Who else? Okay, that's it.
Rally.
I think we can hold on to that. I don't think we have to actually use it.
Well, damn, do we? Yeah. We can hold it. But don't have anybody to rally. We got Beauregard.
Okay, so if I activate these guys, I gotta give them. I think I'm gonna have to give it to them. So I think I'm gonna activate them. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then we gotta flip him over. Where's he at? Right here. Okay. Who does he have left? No one else. He's out then. Firefight shouldn't be in there. Hunter. I guess we're gonna use Burnside. I guess we'll do flip Burnside over. He's got to get back north of the Young's Branch. So that's under the special rules. I really didn't. I should have brought that up. Okay, so okay, so the law lasts for 3 turns. Okay, you don't put the wild chits in, fog of war and so forth. Okay, and the only event shit you put is the rally. Confederate units must cross to the north. May not cross to the north side of Young's Branch. Well, okay, let's pull back. All right, so here's Bull's Run. Okay, but down here we've got Young's Branch. This dry stream bed right through here. This is what the Union forces have to get north of this. So the Confederate forces have to get south. Okay, and they got to be, I guess, west of Bull Run. Okay, so that's what's going on here. So Burnside, who's here, has to move. Here's Young's Branch all the way here. So they've got to get north. So they've got to move back across. So these guys here can get there pretty easily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What am I turning up for? 9. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so put him back in. I got Tyler. Okay, so well, hold on. This I might be able to. Tyler is going to be. Let's see. No keys. Yeah, Sherman. Okay, so Sherman. Okay, so with Sherman, I roll a dice. If I get a 5 or a 6, he finds the fort. I got a 6. Okay, so what turn are we at? Oh, we're at freaking 10:30. Shoot, can't do the lull until 11. See, right? Yeah, I started it a little too soon. Oh well. It'll just have to stay. We started a little early. Alright, so okay. Okay, so the ford is located. So we put this right here. Ford discovered, which means Sherman then can move to cross it. And that's what he's going to do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what does it cost to cross a ford? +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in maneuver orders 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't move any further. Okay, now let's see if that does anything for Shank. I think Shank is just stuck. He can't do anything. So Keys is coming in. Let's see, where's Keys at? Where's Keys? Do I have them like sit off to the side? Oh yeah. Okay, so Keys can come in right here. Okay. Oh, Shank. I guess Shank is just stuck. He can't do anything. Yeah. They can't move across, so they're stuck. Go. Now we'll just draw, keep drawing. Rally. I don't have anybody that needs to rally. Or anybody that, so put it up there, it ain't gonna matter. Well, of course, Tyler, I'll just turn this Shank over. He's not doing anything. Okay, we've got Johnson. So Johnson, I've got a roll. I don't think I've been rolling there for some of those guys. All right, we got a 1. Got to get rid of this thing here. Hold on. I'll just cut it off. Do, which I'll do it later. Let's take off this. I want to take off this thing here. This is for hanging actually, but I'm not using it for that. I need to trim this up too, and I'm going to do that. I could probably do that pretty fast, but I'll do that. I'll take a break. Okay, so Johnson. Okay, I rolled a 1, so that means I can move somebody in Johnson's, which is going to be Bartow, Bede. Oh, got Jackson. So, I want to move Bartow first, though. Or maybe B. Yeah, we're going to move B over here. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, we're moving over to Henry Hill. Okay, so B is flipped over. Johnson's put back in the mix. We got Hunter, which now we're going to do something with Porter. So turn him over. Okay, that's going to be all of those guys. All right, so what we're going to do here with Porter is we want to go battle line. Sherman's somebody else's. He's not, yeah, he's Tyler's. So I want to keep these guys together. So 1, 2, 3. Same thing. He's going to move here, here. That guy's going there, and that guy's going to go there. Okay. So, I got to roll for him before I can move all those guys. Jeez, come on. Roll to 3. Okay. So now we have Johnson's just going to be the one we got left here. So, I got a 5. That means Bartow. He's not doing anything. Bartow, where's Bartow at? He doesn't activate. And then the last one, we're trying to get Jackson. We don't get Jackson either. So Jackson doesn't activate. So that means Jackson just moves back to the next turn, which is actually 11, which is actually the lull. Okay, but it's not. So I'm gonna stop right there for now. So we're in the lull. I actually started it at 30 minutes too early. The next 2 turns are gonna be lulls. So that's what we got going on. But we got to give the Confederates 3 more victory points because they have control of these hexes. Now, let's see, maybe it's during the lull that, yeah, I'm sure they get points. Let's see here. Oh, no points are scored during the lull. Okay. So, I'm going to go back to 3. So, alright, so that's what we've got. Put this out of the way there. Okay. So here, got that stinking glare on here. Okay, we've got Hampton's here, Jackson Artillery, we got Bartow here. Let's see, I gotta give them 3 because they moved 3 of those guys activated. So that is, they're up to 6. Yeah, up to 6 victory points. You've got Evans here along the pike. Gonna have Cox is gonna come up in this side, cover his right flank. B is coming up on Evans' left. And Bartow will get moving.
He's going to come up here behind B, and then Jackson's supposed to be right there too, but Jackson for some reason isn't getting there. So here's Hunter's group's right there. Sherman's coming up, and then of course Keys is going to come in, probably coming in over there. He'll come over and here, and he'll march over here and use the same ford. He could march down to Lewis Ford and try to do something there, but I think he'll just come in where it's easy to come in and be ready to try to take some pressure on the right flank of the Confederates there along Bull Run. So, all right, so the next two turns are just going to be little turns. I don't know if I actually put those in the video, because you're just basically maneuvering people around. I may just do that, and then the next video will start with the turn, because we're going to have some units coming in, but I can explain that. So the next turn will probably be, let's see, probably the 12:30 turn when the lull is ended. So, okay, this is 82 Gammon 12. Sponsors: Crossman, fine quality pellet guns, pellets, and air rifles, and Mertu, fine quality jewelry for men. And you can find both of them with a link on below the video. So this is the day was ours. American Civil War, Volume 6 of Blind Swords. And so the next video we'll pick up with the 12:30 turn, and I'll already have the lull maneuvers worked out, and we'll just jump right into the action. So see you in the next video.